Welcome back to GAVARCA with Joe Donahue and Matthew Faust. It is once again race night in America, and this week we are racing the Fortnite Balls Asspee 120 at Kansas. I'm not alone on the mics tonight. I've got one of the most handsome men that I know, and my best friend on the whole planet, who I definitely should and definitely also, as much as possible, prioritize over pretty much every other living instance that has or will ever exist on Earth. Matthew, it is a pleasure to be here with you again.
We had some crazy racing. I've only been here for the plate races. Not saying this race might not race similar to that with crazy, but nonetheless, hopefully a little bit more tame racing. We get to see some good drivers go at it once again.
As always, we get to see some good drivers go at it. We've got a couple new names to the grid that we'll get to take a little peek at as the show goes on. We've got 22 drivers into the session, actually. Scott Roush is back behind the scenes again. He raced at his home track, Talladega, last time, and this time he will be back on race control. So we got 22 of them in here. You'll notice the top of the board is a familiar name to a lot of people. Let me get the race logo off the screen here for you. We've been joined by Moonhead tonight, and he is on the top of the charts as we've had practice going for about, 55 minutes. They have a long practice session before every race. He's been put himself up top. Justin Knutson in the Eibach number 22 in second. Presley Sora, last week's winner, has put up the third fastest time. Matt, last week was Talladega. The plate races usually shake up the points a little bit, but this week, I don't know. Would you say they shook up, or how do you feel about the results from last time?
Well, Cole Freilich was in the lead last week. He was tied with his teammate Isaac Johnson. Isaac Johnson fell to third, but Cole Freilich is still in the lead with a 5-point lead over defending race winner Presley Sora. Fourth is Justin Knutson. Fifth place, we have John Sholcheski. Sixth, Dylan Dreiling. Tied for sixth, actually. My apologies here. We have three people tied for sixth. That was my bad. So we have Dylan Dreiling, Brayton Laster, and Gavin Newton all in sixth place. Ninth place is Christopher B. Williams, and Bobby Blazer rounds out your top 10 in points.
And how does it make you feel that Bobby Blazer is in the top 10 in points, my friend?
I'd say he's in 10th because there's only 10 people, but, Bobby has been showing some consistent runs. He's been keeping that car out of trouble these past few weeks. And that's what you're able to do. These plate races, as we said, shake up the points, so we'll have to see what it looks like after this, but Bobby, I feel like is a decent driver and can get a good finish at Kansas today.
Seems like that's fair. He's very good at getting up to the front of the field and staying there. Well, you don't have to stay there. You just have to get there at the end. So, yeah. This is Brayton Laster out onto the track. He is part of the presenting sponsorship of the series, BraytonLaster.com. If you want to go check out BraytonLaster.com, you can trick out your merchandise, your house, your things with Brayton Laster's face and or pizza, which is great. The one and only pizza man. They don't just hand out Instagram handles like that to just anybody.
Do they?
They don't hand out. They do not hand them out. No, they don't hand them out for that. For people like that, not just anybody. They don't hand them out. So. There's Brayton. Yeah, Matt, you've been here for plate races, and you haven't been here for a non-plate race. We've only had two non-plate races. Well, this is only the second non-plate race. You were not here for Phoenix. How do you feel about that?
We are certainly in Kansas, so
yeah, we are.
Death. Kansas is an interesting track. Ever since the repave, we've seen some fast speeds around here. So it'll be interesting to see what these cars produce. I haven't really seen these cars race on this track on the simulator, so it'll be interesting. Obviously, great presenting sponsor tonight. We love everyone's support. And, we thank you to the presenting sponsor of Balls.
Yeah, Fortnite, Balls, Asspee. Yep. If you need Balls, Asspee, get on down to your local Fortnite dealership and 120 blaze it with Asspee from Fortnite. And shout out to Christopher Williams for tonight. He is along for the ride as presenting, I believe, this event tonight. He's a guy. He is a man. And he is
a person.
A person who's right there. Somebody's running a Bobby Gerhart car. Who is that? Hold on. It's Tyler Lanin. That's so crazy. I worked for that guy for like a week, and he didn't pay me. But that's kind of cool that he's doing that. Bobby Gerhardt was a person who raced in the series a lot. The real Arca.
I mean, everyone remembered him winning at Daytona for years. So
yeah, he's a guy. You know who else is a guy? This guy, Presley Sora. Presley is back. He won last time. He's somewhere around here. Is he? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. We have been. Somebody has joined us in the broadcast booth, walked up behind us. Thankfully, he didn't put a gun to our heads. Mo Perry is here. Mo Perry, what's going on, my friend?
Yeah, I was just showing up to ask you, could you see the channel directly above us?
Sock Garage.
No, there's one between us, and that's where Presley is. That's why I was asking.
Oh, word. Yeah, that's I can't see that.
Yeah, I'll make sure you guys can take a look at it. That's the only reason I joined.
Yes.
I didn't even notice you guys were live yet. Sorry about that.
That's all good. Mo Perry, since we got you, how are you feeling about Kansas tonight, my friend?
Quite frankly, not very good. I've never driven the Gen 6 on a mile and a half, so this will be a fun disaster for me.
That is crazy. That is a crazy concept. A mile and a half, and I have not put a Gen 6 on it. That'll be fun to watch tonight. Mo, what's the deal with the purple? Now, I love the color purple, but so does our friend David Land. I'm curious what draws you to the color purple?
You know, I used to be a real green merchant, but eventually I forget what I was doing, but I was doing something, and there was a shade of lavender that I really liked paired with the color black, and then from there I just kind of ran with it. This isn't a lavender car, but if it didn't have a spec map on it, it'd be a lot lighter of a purple. So.
Well, we do love the purple. The shiny purple is really cool, unique, and fun. So, yeah, try to have fun with it tonight.
Yeah, well, thank you.
We're here to have fun. So, Matthew.
that is me.
That is you. We are probably right about to flip over into qualifying.
We are flipping into qualifying.
We are flipping into qualifying. Let's get it. Oh, I can see Presley now, to clarify for you, Mo Perry. Yep.
Cool.
Bang. Thank you, sir. Mo Perry, everybody, is part of the crew within the Discord server that they run alongside iRacing. It's where everybody sits. It's where we sit in our broadcast booth. It's a way for everybody to communicate with each other during the events. Mo Perry is a moderator of the Discord channel. Yes, ladies, you heard that right. Mo Perry is, in fact, I can confirm, a moderator of the Discord channels. So, if he's still single, that's about to change, because you know they're lining up for the Discord moderators. Well, qualifying started, too. So, Matthew.
Qualifying is underway.
Let's get it. Here's Gavin Newton, dad of the series, Runnings Racing's Designs, number 48 for Team Topia Twins. Gavin's been doing okay at the end of the races so far. He's here for all of them. That's half the battle. And, yeah, Indiana boy just trying to make a dream out of motorsports. And he's leading the field around to get up to speed and start some qualifying action for everybody. Now, here's the question, Matt. Do you want to be alone, or do you want to be in a draft at a mile and a half like this? It's not Talladega, pretty easy. You want to be in that draft, right? Because it's a big track. But around here, you know, you gotta make sure you hit your marks. You gotta make sure you don't have too much aero wash going into the corners. What are you looking strategy wise?
I think you're just going. Bobby Gerhardt is spinning.
Bobby Gerhardt is dead.
Well, that was a tough start to the broadcast. We're gonna have to send our condolences to everyone involved in that. Yep. But I mean, when you're going around here, a little bit of a draft isn't bad. But going into the turn, you're gonna have some dirty air there. So you gotta really walk on that line. I feel like you just want to go solo around, just avoid any issues. But we'll see how these cars race around here. We're really not sure about the package yet and what's going to happen. So unfortunately, I feel like we're going to find out in the race how much of this is really, a drafting race or not. So it'll be a little too late to tell what these guys should be doing in qualifying because we're going to see it in the race.
Yeah, and I think during the race especially, too, I'm going to be curious about the tire fall-off. I know that the guys have said there's not really any tire fall-off of significant notion with the cars and the way the package has been so far this season, but I think this week might turn things around. I think Kansas is, once you start getting into the tracks like this, a little longer, but the banking's, it's relatively high. But, that I'm going to watch during the race. I kind of agree about the going solo in qualifying. I would probably want to do that as well. You need the downforce on the front of the car, or you're just going to get tight and slide up the track, and that's losing speed. So you can see here we got Matt Hummel. We're following with Cole Freilich right in front of him. So Matt is in the black number 93 for Budweiser. Cole Freilich running the Kart Chaser Rain Race podcast, Johnson Racing Industries machine, and Cole Freilich's got a win this season already. Matt Hummel's had some good runs. Christopher Williams right behind in the 09 car. B-Blaze Vintage and Runnings Racing's designs on that machine. He is currently qualified 17th, now 18th, as John Shulcheski goes to 16th. There's Matthew Healy. Healy had a great run last week, Matt. Matthew Healy's first attempt with the group this season went pretty well.
Was that directed towards me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And we're talking about Healy here, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Correct. I have to pull up the results.
Yeah.
We're going to do that.
Yeah, you do.
Because last week, okay, so he got 5th last week. I can't really remember everything about what happened because there were just cars shuffling in and out like an Uno deck, like crazy. So for me, I feel like it's going to be nice to see what these guys are really like when it comes to a track where it's not as much chaos. You get to see a little bit more of the skill come out. And that's what you're talking about, things you're looking for in the race. Obviously, tire fall off, that's going to be really what we're going to be looking at. But I want to see where these guys really file in general on their own, rather than with help from teams and, cautions and all the other things that came into either hurt or help certain strategies on the plate tracks.
Word. Yeah, I'm with that. I think that'll be fun to watch here. Also fun to watch, Travis Brown's gotten back out onto the track now. You got Bobby Blazer. I think they've fixed up that car, put the right bodywork back on it. Gavin.
Good.
Yep, that's good. It's good. Oh, never mind. They did not.
Okay, never mind. That's not good.
It's still the 9T.
Bad.
And he is loose as a dog. Look at him.
He is driving that thing like a sprint car.
He is. Oh, we're crashing. Whoa, boy, howdy. Who was in the 20 car? Let's grab that 20 car. Who was it? Who was in the 20 car? There's no number 20 cars listed for the session, so... Oh, never mind, there's one.
We haven't seen before.
Joseph Armstrong. That's his name.
Gotcha.
So that's a new name. Haven't seen Joseph Armstrong out here yet.
Good to see some new drivers in the mix. We have certainly see some plate specialists come in sometimes, but it'd be interesting to see if the pendulum swings the other way.
It will be. Here's somebody that the pendulum swings back and forth for. Rudy Valentine. He's had some success, and he's had some poor luck so far with the 3 races we've got down. Rudy could have very easily been a contender in both of the plate races, but luck didn't go his way. And then Phoenix was Phoenix. Got that dub. Happens. But it's a beautiful-looking race car. I love that color scheme. You get like that dark blue, like a light purple in there, put a little turquoise, put it all over a black background. For me, that's doing it.
Car sticks out, man.
Definitely. Here's another car that sticks out. This one, you can see this at a real racetrack. If you ever go to see the ARCA Series race, Zachary Tinkle is back with us in car number 11. He pulls off the racetrack. John Shulcheski there in the black and green number 18 Wrecking Machine. Currently qualified 21st out of 22. That's not so hot. Casey Bentz is here in the number 28, the all-red. It says something on it. Lakeland Capital, number 28. Toyota. Casey Bentz has raced with the GAVARCA Series before. I think he was at Daytona. Was he at Daytona?
I could try and find out.
I think he was at Daytona.
We're gonna take your word for it. He was at Daytona.
Bang. And he's sliding sideways out of the corner. Matt, we saw some accidents last week with just a few coming off of the corners. And
Yeah.
I'm curious
Transition
on
off the banking is not the expertise last weekend. That's for sure.
well, but how do you feel about this track now? How are you feeling about the way Kansas is banked, especially off into the backstretch?
We're gonna have to see how aggressive they're. Okay, they're gonna be aggressive. Got it. Check. We're gonna have to see how much they're really around each other to have that play. Because obviously at Daytona, Talladega, there's a lot of bump draft and a lot of bumping going on. So you're going to see that come into play a lot more than you would maybe at other places. This is still a question mark. Kansas is mighty fast. The banking's still high. You can still get really quick runs on people off the corners. So, like I said, it's something we're gonna have to be watching. It's if they're going to be bumping each other like they were last week, we're going to see a lot of issues off the banking like we did. But maybe we'll learn our lesson and we won't have those issues today.
You're banking on these guys learning something?
That is what I said.
That's optimistic. Maybe.
Little bit.
Well, nonetheless, maybe it will happen that way. I don't know. Bonk. Can you hear that come through?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I live right next to a train tracks, and it's a nice evening out, so I left my window open. I don't usually do that when I broadcast, but it was nice out, and, we're just having fun. Uh-huh. Bonk. Oh, Justin Aheimer's about to eat shit. There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
I saw him do that in practice a couple times, so,
Hey, man, we're talking about practice.
yeah, we're not even talking about the game, man. We sitting here talking about practice.
Yeah. We have 23 entries. 21 have qualified. Cole Freilich is the top qualifier so far. 30 seconds left in the sesh. Rudy Valentine has second. Isaac Johnson has third. So that's 2 Johnson Racing Industries cars in the top 3. James Gibson currently sitting P4 in his return to the track this week. He hasn't raced with us since Daytona. That's Matthew Healy he's about to bump into. And he's getting arrow loose side by side the 53 car. That's not how you make a car go faster. Qualifying going to end here. They're going to let everybody finish the lap that they're on, and we'll see how it wraps up. We got to spin.
Boo. Boo.
Boo.
Yep.
Oh, we're crashing. Oh, boy, Isaac Johnson just died.
Oh, and they wrecked.
Oh, and... oh, we're still wrecking. Whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
that's just wrong.
that is just a shame. So that's it. Oh, my God. Whoa.
Oh, by gosh, by golly.
Not quite time for that yet, Matthew. Hold on. Hold on to your britches.
Whatever I want.
Hold on to your britches there, boy. We got 24 drivers, and we're going to line, 23 drivers. We're going to line them up. We're going to give them the starting grid. Do you want me to give them to them, or you want to start us off, Mr. Faust?
We'll see what the quality looks like.
Let's check it out. Let's bring it up. Give me a shout. What you got there, brother?
All right, starting on pole, we have the points leader and a race winner. It is the number 15 of Cole Freilich. On his outside is another race winner, correct? Or am I wrong?
You're correct there, friend.
Correct, is Rudy Valentine. In third place is also the man who got second last week and is third place in points. It is Isaac Johnson. On his outside is that and blue number 75 of James Gibson. Last week's winner, starting in fifth place, is the 98 Presley Sora. On his outside, starting in sixth, is the 93 of Matt Hummel. In seventh place, we have a very, very good driver this season. Fourth place in points, it is Justin Knutson. And on his outside is the 01 of Travis Brown.
We'll go back here to the fifth row on the grid. On the inside, this man like sucking on toes. This Bobby Blazer out of Pennsylvania. On the outside, in that beautiful purple Perry paints cars, Bo Perry. Starting on the inside, he pays money to this car race series to have his name on the lid. is Brayton Laster out of Indiana, starting on outside. He's I think he works in a school. He's what happens when a band kid grows up. Got Christopher Williams starting on the inside of row 7. Love that first name. 020 car Interstate Batteries. It's Bobby Labonte. It's Joseph Armstrong. On outside, Lucas Oil number 5. I got Tyler Lanin pretending his name's Bobby and he don't pay kids to work. Starting on the inside of row 8, you got Gavin Newton. He's the dad of this racing series, and starting on his outside, just like the guy inside of him, 2 Hoosiers here. You got that black and perp. Number 11, that's Zachary Tinkle. Yeah, you're gonna get another one in there, Mr. Faust.
All right, and starting in 17th is the 53 of Matthew Heel. And on his outside is the man who died twice in qualifying, the number 2 of Justin Aheimer. In 19th is the 28 of Casey Bentz. On his outside is just John Garrett. There's nothing fun about that one. All right, moving on. In 21st, we have the 18 of John Shulcheski. That one's fun. And on his outside is in 22nd, in the number 44, 22 times 2 is 44. It's Christopher Tate. In 23rd position, we have Ricky Burbank. And on his outside, we have the 52 of Scott Roush.
That's amazing. That's your grid. I'll stop talking like that now. There's your grid for the Fortnite Balls Asspee 120. What a great name. What a great night. Pleasure to be here with you, Matthew. Ready to represent this series. Any final words before we get that green flag out?
I just realized I left the oven on in my hotel room.
Nice. Well, 80 laps is the distance tonight. Well, it's a pleasure to have everybody here with us on Twitch that is watching. I know Christopher Williams is down there. I know Cole Freilic's down there. You guys, you got to drive the race cars. You got to get in there. Green flag's coming out. We got 80 laps. Let's get it. Boogity
Get in there, Lewis.
Get in there, Lewis. Green flag. Let's get it. Here we go. Cole Freilic's going to lead us down into the first corner here. Rudy Valentine to his outside. Outside. Got one outside. And there they go. Whoa, 3 wide. Look out.
Look at Jonathan Gibson.
JDG. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Nice.
You got it. Yep.
Nice.
Cole Freilich jumped to the high side there at the end of the first of 80 laps around this racetrack, trying to block that runoff. Here we go.
He didn't nudge you. He didn't push you. He rubbed you. And Robinson is... Man, that high side is kind of hanging up there, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all running together real nice. Yeah, they are.
Cole Freilich got passed by 2 guys off the turn there.
Oop, Valentine a little loose. Matt Hummel's going to have to look low.
It's okay, man. It's early. It's early. You're allowed to get loose.
Oh, look out. We got one sliding.
Oh, we got Bobby Labonte on the apron.
Big send, big slide, 4 wide. Oh, yeah. There's Brayton Lasters, Bobby Blazer, Tyler Lanin. Oh, we got somebody doing something. That's Matthew Healy having issues. He's having some pretty significant issues with his connection, and he might have just dropped out of the sesh. Tough.
Well, he was killing it.
At the end of this 3rd lap around the track, it's going to go to Rudy Valentine.
Green flag run we've had in the beginning of a race.
Yes, it is. Look at these guys keeping it together. Yeah. So top 3 right now has become Rudy Valentine in the 78 Slipstream Designs car. The Run-Ins Racing's Club Jerky number 75 of James Gibson runs 2nd, but now he's going to move to the lead. Down the inside. Slide job! And a crossover coming from Valentine. Presley Sora trying to make a run for 3rd place right now. Travis Brown, a.k.a. Moonhead, currently has that spot. Freilich dropped back a little bit. Matt Hummel's still right there. Nice little grouping. A little battle going on in the 3rd, 4th, 5th place area. Ooh, it contacted into the wall. And Cole Freilich is in the wall.
We have trouble.
Trouble, Steve. We got Steve. Trouble. Wow. Tough break for Cole Freilich. How about it? Got to get that replay action getting ready here. Let's check it out again for him. Bring it backwards here. Let's try one more time. All right, we're watching Freilich. Hummel's just going to get tight off the bottom and slide up the track, and Freilich's not really going to have much to do about it, although there looks almost like there is a slot for him. Nah, that's Hummel just sliding up. And then into Mo Perry. The whole Johnson Racing Industries crew involved in that crash. Tyler Lanon's going to get a piece. Everybody else probably looks like everybody else is going to get around it.
Everybody getting involved.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
It's certainly not what any of these drivers wanted to see early, but I'm not too upset about it. So
hey man, it happens. So involved in the wreck: Knudsen, Hummel, Freilich.
Not Blazer.
Not Bobby Blazer, although Bobby does have damage on the front of that car. Isaac Johnson was involved.
But Bobby, what are you doing?
Why is Bobby driving slower on the pit lane than everybody else, too?
I think Bobby is unsure of what's happening at this moment.
Interesting. Wow. Oh, Zachary Tinkle stayed out. John Szulczewski stayed out. So there's everybody in the pit lane. We're going to wait on Cole Freilich, Rudy Valentine, Isaac Johnson. There they go. Cole Freilich, there's one. So every week we do this. The crews, the drivers, they get one fast repair. Cole Freilich has used his right now. Justin Knudsen, I assume, has done the same because he got in and out of his box very quickly. Bunch of guys coming out of the pit lane. So why don't we go ahead and bring someone into the booth, and we'll just bring someone into the booth that we haven't talked to on the. I don't think we've talked to him on the broadcast yet this season. Let's try to give a quick shout to Zachary Tinkle. Zach Tinkle, we got you up on the booth. You got a copy? Oh, never mind. He said, I don't want to be interviewed.
Well, we can respect his honesty.
That's fine. Yeah, I respect that. Let's try to talk to Presley Sora. He won last time, and he's currently sitting second place on the grid right now. Presley, we got you up in the booth. Quick, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, hell yeah, you do. All right, Mr. Sora, you are currently sitting P2 right now. Tell me about the start of this race. Valentine, James Gibson, you guys got a lot of good-looking race cars. Travis Brown, Matt Hummel, a lot of guys up there looking strong to start tonight off.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Rudy pit there after that first yellow because we'd only run like 5 laps. So, I mean, he's going to be down a set of tires now, and we only have 3. So, I don't know. I'd rather save a set and be there at the end. But I think you could see there by the start of it that it's tough to pass on the bottom. If you don't get clear, you're just going to get freight trained. So, there's a couple times I turned down the hill and tried to pass people, and they got to my right rear quarter panel on exit and just drove right around me, about 2 or 3 of them. So I'm going to try to keep it up high whenever I can, but I'm going to try to get James Gibson here off the start. So hopefully I'm in the lead after a lap or 2.
And how do you feel about now that we've kind of got a split strategy of some people who came in for tires versus you're staying out, Gibson, Moonhead? You guys are going to have, what, 10 lap-old tires? I mean, how big of a difference do you think that's going to make?
I don't think it'll make too much of a difference because only 5 of those laps were under green, and they'll be a little faster for probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 laps. But I think after that it'll start to even out, and then we'll probably just have the advantage, especially if we get a yellow late in the race, because then we'll have the extra set of tires. So as of right now, I like the call that I'm on. Check back with me in like 71 laps, and we'll see if my answer stays the same.
Well, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. Smart move to hold out of those tires, and a very, very, very good-looking man.
Back to you.
Oh, yes, sir. Take it easy. Good luck for the rest of the way, Presley.
Alrighty, thank you.
And that is our buddy, they call him Thug Shaker. Not really sure why, in the number 98 car. Very well put together young man. He's pretty good behind the wheel, too. Got some opportunities this year to drive real race cars. That was cool. A little jealous, but, to each their own. And we're getting ready to go back to green here, Matt. Gibson's going to start us off from the inside line. We got James Gibson, Presley Sora, Travis Brown, Gavin Newton up in the top 4 spots.
It's gonna be an interesting race so far. I mean, we saw some good race. I have to agree with what Tinkle said there. just running on the high side, that's definitely preferred. We saw how Cole Frelick got freight trained by not getting clear. So the high side's going to have the advantage. You have to see one guy's move. Oh. Okay, all right. He was ducking low. All right.
That was interesting.
And we are green.
Yeah, that was a little interesting on the strategy, whatever that was about. But it happened. So Presley tried to. You said he was going to try to get Gibson right away. That did not happen. Ooh, Frelick's getting loose again, wiggling back here in this grouping, sort of mid-pack. Mo Perry with a big send right here for 10th place. John Garrett right there as well. A little bit of spacing out going on. Ooh, Aheimer's in the wall.
Oh.
Justin Aheimer sliding down, and Armstrong and Perry
Well,
involved.
Aheimer's been struggling with that car all day.
And we have a caution. Oh, and Bobby Blazer. Bobby Blazer. Oh, Bobby. That was secondary.
Bobby, what are you doing over there?
No, that was on a secondary. That was Isaac Johnson and Bobby Blazer getting into contact with each other.
That's
This all
from Bobby.
This is all going to start with Justin Aheimer getting loose. So let's go ahead and try to find that replay.
I mean, Aheimer smacked the wall, dude.
He smacked the wall, dude. Yeah, he did. Lakeland College, that's what that
He
says.
smacked it, man.
Casey Benz. Let's see if there's contact here, or Aero Wash or something like that. That's netcode. That's got to be
yeah,
netcode.
That's a random. That's a very random turn to the right.
Mm-hmm. And then nothing he could do from there. Armstrong and Perry.
Along for the ride.
Yeah, along for the ride. And then we'll watch Aheimer. Christopher Tate's going to get into Knutson here, trying to avoid the contact.
Ooh.
Ooh, boy. And Sholcheski, bang. Yeah, that's a hit there.
Bah.
Bah. And then let's check this out. Oh, so it was Christopher Tate. Sorry, not Isaac Johnson. Christopher Tate getting in, trying to recuperate the 44 car and just right into the side of the 9T.
Bobby clearly saw that car coming across the racetrack. I'm disappointed.
Honestly,
What are we doing?
Honestly, that was a disgusting act by Randy Moss. So
Yeah, I just.
come on, Bobby.
I'm ashamed that we had to televise that on your airways.
Broadcast, do better, Bobby. Come on, man. What are you doing? So 2 cautions in all of about 2 laps of green flag racing. We are almost 20% of the way into this race. We've got 12 laps down out of 80. Once we get to 16, we'll be at 20% of the race done.
Ooh.
Started off pretty nice. It's going a little
man,
slower
we were
now.
rolling, and now we're not rolling.
We're rolling. We're just rolling at a very low rate of speed compared to what we had before.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. You're welcome. Matt,
Fortnite, all that.
that's right.
Oh.
I'm glad I couldn't have said it better myself, my guy. Bonk. Who else could we talk to, Matt? We get up in here. Talk to the race leader. Talk to Brayton. Talk to Bobby. Could talk to the guy who sponsored the race, Christopher Williams.
Let's hear from Bobby. I got some choice words.
Choice words for Bobby? All right, let's bring Bobby up here into the booth. The booth. All right, and into the booth comes the one and only Bobby Blazer. Bobby, I'm going to hand the mic off to Matt Faust. He's going to talk to you here real quick. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
That's
Matt, do you have a copy?
All right, we're gonna take that as a yes. I do. Bobby, how did you not see that car coming straight across the racetrack? That's my only question.
All right. First off, I want to thank my sponsors: B-Blaze Vintage, Running Racing Designs, 47 Technology, BBC,
Okay, we're
B-Blaze
done with
Camcorder. I want to thank all of my sponsors that really made this happen. Christopher Williams for sponsoring this event with that fine intro. I want to thank Gavin for hosting, everybody else that's in here for being here. And the broadcasters have a bias against me, and I'm not going to let that be ignored within the context of this interview. So, how did I miss a car spinning in front of me? I didn't miss the car hit me. So, I don't know. It's up to you guys.
You can't dodge
interpret
a
it.
car, you can't dodge a ball. So
Yeah, I don't dodge bulls like you do.
Just very exquisite word choice there by Bobby Blazer. I had to take all my accusations away after that.
Right. That's what I thought. What they not?
Right
back
on.
to you, Joe. Any questions?
Yeah, so Bobby, talk to me about the beginning of this. Well, actually, it's about to go back to green. Talk to me about the strategy you got going on the rest of the way. You had 2 yellows back to back. How do you recover from this?
I'm down a little bit RPM, which is fine because I'm not worried about it. My pure skill will make up for that. I can't believe we're only 14 laps into this juncture, but uh, there's plenty more to go. If I had to guess, there's about 67 more to go. I'm not a math guy, but you know. So just stay tuned. It's about to get hype. I have my fast repair left, but I hope I don't have to use it. Everybody, stay tuned to Joe Donahue, Gavin Carr's page, Matt Faust's page, because they're about to make some crazy content this week for the Tuscarora and the Nittany Showdown.
Offset. That's what I'm talking about. Good luck the rest of the way, brother.
Thank you, Twin.
Bang. Bobby Blazer. And we're back to green flag racing. Let's see if we can get in more than a half a lap this
And
time.
they're all over the place.
Oh, boy, howdy. They are all over the place.
Fortnite's balls at Asspee 120 is going crazy.
It's going crazy in this juncture. Oh, Presley's going for the lead. He's going for it. Here we go. Are we going to get...
Inside. He's going to close the door before he gets out of here.
Give it to him 1 time, 2 time. Give him a slide.
Freilich.
Freilich's back there, and yeah, Gavin's up there. Gavin Newton to 4th place.
Gavin Newton going to take a look on the high side.
Presley stayed low. Slide job.
Slide job.
And, oh, crossover.
Oh, crossover here down the back straightaway.
Here comes Gibson back again. Freilich's right there,
Slide
too,
job.
now. Slide job.
Oh, crossovers left and right. And you know who has a front row seat for this? Cole Freilich.
Yep, and it's letting him reel the 2 of them in. So he's just got to wait for an opportunity.
Right there as well.
Nice.
Cole not going to bite here.
Oh, Cole's in the wall.
Oh, Cole is in the wall.
Oh, Gibson in contact with Presley.
And here comes Gavin Newton on the inside.
Here comes Newton. There's 3 cars up top running in a draft there. Newton's not going to have the momentum, but he'll send it.
Able to send it in here. Gonna have to clear someone in order to move up the running order. It looks like he did not quite get in front of Cole Freilich.
And Freilich and Matt Hummel's going to actually capitalize and get around the 48 car as well.
Gavin is in no man's
Oh,
land.
Hummel in the wall.
Oh, now that's a huge opening for Newton.
And he gets in. Travis Brown might give him a little show of it, but he's in there.
He is in there, Lewis.
There's Moonhead. The
Is he
Moon
gonna
Vision.
send in the slider? He is. Will there be a crossover? Surely.
Little wiggle into the wall a little bit.
Oh, blocking him the whole way down the racetrack. Going to be able to move right back on the outside.
Well, as much of a block as it was a little bit of a reactionary. He was just trying to keep control of that race car. He got loose in the middle of the corner and didn't really catch it until they were on a straightaway. So they're going back to the back straightaway here. Single filed out. I wouldn't say it's calmed down, but it's at least in a single file line. Oh, Gibson might be getting into the wall a little bit. Yep. And he's loose as a dog. And Cole Freilich's right there behind him. And contact again. Travis Brown's in there. Cole Freilich.
We got all kinds of things going on, but Jonathan Gibson is just hanging out up front as it is 3 wide behind him. Cole Freilich going to move back into second place.
Yep, Cole Freilich back into the show here. Gibson going to hold on to that lead. Still getting up into the wall. He's running this track like Darlington, I should say. Or Port Royal, maybe. Banging the boards like Devin Borden. And back past the stripe again. A quarter of the way through this race, Gibson's leading Freilich, Travis Brown, Gavin Newton, Matt Hummel. That's your top 5.
Good racing up front. Cole Freilich going to look down here. Not going to be finding the momentum I think he's looking for. Didn't lose too much there. I'm actually gaining here on the leader, so maybe Cole Freilich's finding something on that inside he can use to go up there and fight for the lead.
Trying to. Travis Brown having connection issues there in 3rd place. Showing up and disappearing and coming back and going away. So, we'll have to see what happens there. He's back on the block. That happens sometimes. We're playing a video game. Don't worry. There's Mr. Newton.
Everybody's sticking to that top side, hanging on to their tires, not putting too much stress on those right sides. But as of right now, Jonathan Gibson's just been very, very comfortable out front.
Gibson going to lead. Wait, you said Jonathan.
Yep.
Did I tell you that was right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Oh.
Because we watch too much sprint cars. It's not Johnny Gibson. This is James. Oh, Freilich, what the hell are we doing? That's James Gibson. I'm sorry. That's on me. I'm taking responsibility for that one.
No, I should have been told. This is ridiculous.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Gavin Newton's in the wall. Johnny Gibson is not racing in this event.
Disgusting acts by Randy Moss.
That's terrible. That's on me. I'm sorry.
What is this? What are we doing?
Yeah, my bad. Well, here we go. Oh, we're about to be wrecking. Oh, Isaac Johnson's, he's slicker than a slice of butter on laxatives.
Oh my gosh.
I can't hope that. I'm really proud of that. That was a good one. That was great. I'm so happy with that. Travis Brown making a run for the lead now.
This is a crazy race.
This is a crazy. That's here we go. Okay, race lead battle for the lead. 2x4, 4x1 into the corner. Gibson is doing a really good job of running the Larson line around this racetrack right now. He has tapped the wall
exquisitely well.
He has tapped the wall, but he has not knocked down the wall. Just giving it a little, when your light bulb goes out, kith. Like the little kith. Yeah, like a Mike Tyson, a little kith. That's right. Yeah, Travis Brown's still having connection issues. Moonhead's still having trouble with that. That's a shame. I think he hit the wall, but we couldn't tell because he was barely in the side.
Oh, Freilich sideways again.
Hummel and Freilich. Yep. Isaac Johnson, Presley Sora, Ricky Burbank. They're going to try to capitalize, get around. They get around the 33, the 93 here. Presley moves back up into fourth place. Freilich's right there in front of him. Isaac Johnson with a crossover move there. Burbank and Hummel side by side. Little bump draft action going on with the 98 and 93 cars. And, Hummel's back into the wall. And that's pretty significant, actually, this time. Man, boy howdy.
Man, these guys are racing.
They are. We're not even 30.
Here comes Bobby Gerhardt to the inside.
Is Lanen going to get there? Lanen to the inside of Newton. Justin Aheimer's going to use the draft.
Run off the turn.
Whoa.
Aheimer's back.
A lot of movement out of the 20 car behind him. Joseph Armstrong. Valentine's back there too. Valentine has not made much of a show of this race yet. Still kind of holding back there. I would not expect this race to go green to the end, so he'll have an opportunity.
Yeah, I expect we're going to see some issues. See Gavin Newton there on the screen moving to the inside, going into turn 3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
See what kind of ground he can make. It seems like they're pulling away from the lane. Oh, he is all over the Budweiser car coming off the turn. Not able to get anything going there.
And Justin Aheimer looks to the outside now of that 48 machine. The all-white number 2, Liquid Death Water. That's a really great name for water. Number 2 car. He's not going to get the run on Gavin this time. Big checkup sliding.
Over here. Ooh, really checked up.
Yeah, you had to. Gavin was coming up. And to the inside again. Will Aheimer try the slide job? He doesn't have the run to get in front of the 48. Ooh, big slide.
No.
I said slide job, not slider. Justin Aheimer.
All the same, man.
It's all fucked.
It's all fucked. And we're nearing halfway, Joe. We are almost 3/8 done. That is the size of Lincoln Speedway.
That's right.
If you had one opportunity, one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip?
Well, I like to think I would capitalize. I mean, I'd like to think that we'd have some Fortnite balls, Asspee to play with there. I think it would be very important to try to take any opportunity you can get. Get pucks deep and good things will happen. So, we just weren't playing the forecheck tonight, and Jonesy and all the guys back there, Defense really held up for us. We weren't really playing up to par quite on our offense tonight. So, yeah, we'll go back to the locker room. We'll discuss things a little bit, get ready for the third period.
Wrong.
Matthew, I am broadcasting this, Matthew. Why do you have to be so mean to me?
Wrong.
Tough. Yeah, well, you know what, Matt? I went to Chocolate World for work yesterday, okay? That's what I thought. We've lost Matt Faust. James Gibson.
I slept in my bed yesterday for work. Oh, James Gibson's in the lead. Nothing has changed. All right.
We're still having connection issues with Travis Brown. That has not changed. Presley Sora is in third. Look who's in fourth, Matt. John Garrett. Now going for third.
Garrett and that Dave Blaney, number 66. That's a good-looking car right there. I love the maroon. Oh, man. That's something that gets you out of bed in the morning.
I'm a fan of the color maroon. Genuinely. Whoa.
Right, whoa, we had issues. Okay.
Matthew Healy had some sort of issue that he is stopped on the racetrack.
Oh, and now he is going absolutely sicko mode.
We're having issues.
What a beautiful view of this track in the Midwest. I mean, really, look at all these fans here. I don't know what they're doing, but they're watching some cars go around.
That they are, my friend. That they are. We've got a battle for the lead shaping up. Travis Brown has caught James Gibson. Wonder if the tire deg's going to be playing a factor for this.
Here comes Travis. Oh, Gibson shuts the door, gets a little loose there.
That was tap. He was cutting it too close there on Travis Brown.
That was flirting a little too close for comfort. But he keeps it out front, but he's got a cavalry behind him.
He does. Good. That's a good one. That was a good 25-cent word there, Matt. Sora, Freilich, John Garrett, Isaac Johnson in that grouping right there. Rudy Valentine has, I guess, listened to us and decided it was time to get moving a little bit. He's up to 7th place as we are 4 laps from halfway. Travis Brown slides up right in front of Presley. There may be a little contact there going into the corner for those two Fords.
Whoa.
And wiggling big time in the middle of the corner is Travis Brown. And wiggling down the backstretch is Presley Sora.
Sora sending something here into turn 2. Are we going to see a slide job? Slide job!
Slide job!
And Sora moves his way up to 2nd.
Presley leads the group, trying to catch and do something with James Gibson, who has controlled this whole race. Cole Freilich
going to come in here and make this interesting. Gives them enough room.
For the first time ever, Cole Freilich gave them enough room.
And James Gibson, the man who knew how to make that bumper a track lengths wide at Daytona until eventually he didn't, is up front right now. Has been playing the defensive game once again, but really, other than a few incidents we've seen, it has been smooth sailing for James Gibson.
Pretty much, yeah. We had a 4-wide battle right here going into turn 1. They shake it out a little bit. Isaac Johnson.
Cole Freilich going to take that high side.
Yep. Isaac Johnson going to be on the bottom there. John Garrett just going to try to ride right in the mix there. Moonhead's making a good showing of things. It's a beautiful looking race car for how simple that design is. Just a little bit of like that magenta on the bottom. It fades up a little bit. The whole thing's metallic. Good looking ride.
Good looking ride that is looking to go after these two guys in the lead. Presley Sora, it looks like he has caught up to James Gibson. He is right there knocking on the door.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Gibson going to the inside. Comes back up.
Just tried to break that draft a little bit by the looks of it.
Yeah, looks like it might have helped him out. Sora was not able to get the run maybe he was looking for. That 98 is backwards on the roof, and it's really not cool.
No, that's been like that the whole time, and yeah, I think it's interesting that he decided to do that. I don't know.
But moving on, Presley Sora. Okay, well, James Gibson just seems like when anyone gets to anywhere close to him, he is able to just turn on the NOS and just pull ahead.
I was going to ask if he was tire doping, but yeah, he could be running NOS out of that car.
Something's going on, man. That club jerky machine up front is just a force to be reckoned with right now.
Maybe it's the Runnings Racing's Designs that's doing it for him. Runnings Racing's Designs putting together some really good graphics, some good paint schemes, a lot of good stuff that Gavin does with Runnings Racing's. And, I mean, it is running and it is racing. Those are two objective ways to be fast as a yellow flag comes out. And we're going to slow things down a little bit here as I got to figure out who the incident is for. Oh, my jeez. Oh, my jeez.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, he didn't repair the damage. We don't know if something else happened.
This car's got more damage on it than it used to.
All
I
right,
think.
let's take a look at what happened to Bobby Blazer, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is pre-yellow. Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if it's Bobby.
Are we doing? Oh, it's not Bobby. It's the halfway break.
Oh, I take that. Sorry, Bobby.
Oh, yeah, that's on me. My bad. It's the halfway break, folks. Forgot we were doing that.
It's a fun caution.
It's a fun caution. It's a TV break. We're going to send it to commercial, I guess. You know,
All right.
I actually forgot about it. I apologize. I'm used to doing things pretty much exactly the same all the time. We had an intro to play for this race that we did not play. So what we're going to do really quick is we're going to go to commercial and play the intro that we were supposed to play originally.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Kanye, not the Westman but Eastman, and welcome to the 2023 Fortnite Bulls Asspee 120. You best believe we're gonna go fast. You best believe we're gonna eat some motherfucking ass. Ain't nobody getting banned from Mooncard tonight. We got a field full of heavy hitters tonight, including Jimmy D. Gibby, Lightweight Newton, Bobby Blazing Homo, Austin Rip My Asshole, No Money, Mo Problems Perry, Master Brayton, Canada Kiani, I Suck Johnson, Preston Copium, Noah Carr Cratcher, Presley Soares, Zach Not Zachary Tico, and of course, the Bong Master Supreme, Wilstopher Williams. Strap in, strap on, driver start your engines.
And we're back on. Hope you enjoyed that cameo from Kanye East to bring us the introduction to the second half of this race, the half that people actually want to watch. My dad's watching along. My dad heard me make the sliding like butter on laxatives joke. That's good.
Yeah, go Dave. Shout out to Joe's dad.
Thanks, Dad, for being there, man. We're having fun. Who should we talk to, Matt? We could talk to someone while we're under yellow. We could
Let's get James Gibson in here.
Let's get James Gibson in here. That's a great idea. Let's talk to the guy who's led this pretty much entire race. James Gibson, we got you in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, 10-4.
James Gibson, the last time that I talked to you, we were standing at Eldora. It was great. It was great.
We want to recount that conversation or no?
Let's pass on that one.
Okay,
Let's talk
okay.
about a new conversation. This shit
All
this shit is out of control. James
Is it?
Gibson, JDG, you have absolutely strangleholded this event. Tell me how you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I told everybody I was going to win this race because I know I'm going to win this race. And so what have I gone out here and done? I've led about 42 of the 44 laps. And, yeah, I love racing these cars on these tracks. I love Kansas, and it's pretty much a dirty air game. So if you get out front, once the tires start to wear, you can just kind of block the lanes however you want to, and nobody can get past you on the bottom. So unless they make some crazy-ass move. But I pretty much just mirror drove the whole way. Kept them behind me. It's pretty simple. And I got the inside lane in the restart here so I can jump down onto the apron off the start, get an advantage. It'll be tough for the first few laps because it's kind of like plate racing. But it's fun, and should be an interesting last 35 laps to end this thing.
Talk to me about your tire game. How are you going to manage that the rest of the way out?
So while you're out front, tires are really easy to save. You just got to run the top and be fairly easy with it. When you're out back, it's super tough to not burn the right front off because of how much dirty air there is. So as long as I can stay in the first like 2 or 3 cars for the rest of the race, I should be fine.
Sensational. Well, I'll send you back down. Get ready for this restart here. So good luck the rest of the way. We'll probably end up talking to you at the end of the night.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Joe.
That's what I like to hear. All right. The Iron Glizzy back down and ready to go for the rest of the show. We are getting ready to end this stage break in the middle of our event, the halfway break. Crews came out. Tires got put on race cars. James Gibson's ready to take us to the top. Take it to the top. And Matt Faust is right here alongside of me. And
I like Oreos.
what part of the Oreo is your favorite, Matt? The cookie or the cream?
Oh, well, you can't have one without the other.
That's a good point. But objectively, there are 2 parts of an Oreo, and
No. They're not two. We're back to green. We'll get back to this. No, we got to settle this right here. You know, we're gonna get Joe's dad involved in this too. I'm in the chat. I got some things to say here. Let's get the chat involved. We got 8 people in this room. One of them is me. Is another one you or?
I don't think I count because I'm the streamer.
Cool. So, there are 3 parts to an Oreo, Joe. You know this, right?
Yeah, the top, the bottom, and the cream.
No, absolutely not. Nope. There's the cookie, like you said, and the cream. And then there's milk.
Good point.
I've never had an Oreo without milk.
Do you drink milk unironically, Matt Faust?
Yeah, I have pretty much a glass before I go to bed.
That's adorable. Just like you. I had a conversation with a girl that I work with who's very pretty about milk today, or yesterday, sorry, it was yesterday. Whoa, Mo Perry's sliding, never mind, we'll get back to the milk later. We have a car sliding through the grass.
Oh my gosh.
Saved it, brought it back.
Join the racing surface again.
Keep it under control there, Mo. Those tires, not in good shape, and you got a lot of race to go, but he'll try to hold on to that car, get to a yellow, and get some fresh rubber on it. Back to the milk. I was talking to a girl that I work with. She's a pretty good-looking girl, I must say, and we were talking about milk and how people, kind of judge when you drink milk unironically. I think it's a pretty good, refreshing way to get some liquid in your system. You can't. I mean, drinking water is super important, but you can't just exclusively drink water, right? You got to have some other stuff in your diet. So, yeah, milk's always a good option, and especially when you're having Oreos.
Especially.
We're watching Justin Knutson, Joseph Armstrong, Bobby Blazer. Justin Knutson having connection issues momentarily. We haven't really talked about Knutson. We talked about Armstrong a little bit. Justin's been running a fairly quiet race, although he's got plenty of damage on the front from that very first caution that included all 3 Johnson Racing Industries cars. He is sliding like a dog through 1 and 2 now. And Tyler Lanin going to try to make a move, get around that 22 machine here. See if that works out. Ooh, Bobby wiggled.
Wiggle.
That's a good song. Checked out what's going on at the front. We got a battle for the lead. Presley Sora going down low. Gibson is all sorts of loose on the top. Travis Brown giving him a little nudge here. Moonhead's going to try to push the 75 car back up as Presley Sora has taken the race lead over. Gibson's got a good run into the corner. Stay off the wall here. We'll see what the 75 car can do as Sora's going to take it back to the stripe. 28 laps remaining in this event.
We're getting down to crunch time here. Presley Sora's looking good. James Gibson sounded extremely confident. I don't think we kind of got stuck in the Oreo debate, which was important. Oh, James Gibson getting loose. He wants to get back up to the front. He doesn't want to fall back behind those first 2 or 3 cars, as mentioned.
No, he does not. He mentioned that dirty air thing, and I think that's a great point to make about these cars. When you run in line, you lose a lot of downforce. You're relying on the mechanical grip of the tires more to carry you through the corner than the aerodynamics of the car, as we get a little slide job from James Gibson.
And Sora gets back down to the inside here.
Ooh.
Oh, the blocking is crazy. This is out of control. Sora's surely going to be able to get up in front of Gibson here.
And will he get Presley, too?
Oh,
Oh, he squeezed the 98. Good save.
and Cole Fralick up here in the mix. Oh, this is just crazy racing here with plenty of laps left.
That's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Meh, 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 meh.
Thank you, Joe.
Yes, sir. Back to the lead. Presley Sora has it. James Gibson gave it up. Do you think the confidence gets him back into the lead? Do you think he sits for a minute? How do you feel about that?
He sounded... the confidence, I feel like, is just something that's not going to push him too far. He seems like he is in control of the race, and he's not going to do anything stupid to take himself out. With that being said, with Cole Fralick behind you and putting himself in the wall and making contact from your bumper is probably going to make you get back up to the lead quicker. So it's a dynamic situation going on for James Gibson.
Very much so. We got trouble. We got trouble.
Oh, Cole Fralick.
Fralick.
He was all over the place there for a little bit. A lot was going on.
Oh, Knutson's involved. Travis Brown is involved. Moonhead in there.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And they wrecked.
Oh. Let's check a replay back and see what happened. You want to call it, Matthew?
All right, here we go. And, oh, Cole Fralick just got absolutely sent into the outside wall going into turn 3.
Yeah.
He was making some interesting moves. I think, oh, wow. Okay,
Oh,
really
Casey.
showing the displeasure there. Oh, and taking out more cars in the process. And, whew.
That's
Brayton Laster might have caught a piece of that. Bobby Blazer's rolling in at just the perfect time to get some camera time. And there he is again. And just... I said we still have plenty of racing left. We didn't need to be pushing that hard, but you got to know these guys when they're up there fighting for the lead. You know about the dirty air. You don't want to get caught in the blender. You want to keep moving forward. And I think that was just a little ambitious by everyone.
ASAP. That's what I'm talking about. To the pit lane they come. Bobby Blazer, Cole Fralick, Mo Perry, and others trying to bring him down and get some repairs in. Casey Bent's down there. Presley Sora pitted. Rudy Valentine. Pretty sure the only guys who did not pit were Brayton Laster, Zachary Tinkle, and Justin Aheimer. Yes, that is correct. And Presley Sora wins the race off pit road. As the rest of them down here on pit lane trying to... Well, see what Christopher Williams is up to here. Trying to get the repairs done. Now, Cole Fralick used his fast repair early on in this race, so any repairs that have to be done, he cannot rely on that backup of having that fast repair to get right back out into the heat of the action. So with only close to 20 laps to go, he's going to have to sit still and wait for whatever repairs need to get done. He's going to need to wait for all of them to happen on their lonesome. So tough break for Cole Fralick. He's basically out of contention until further notice. Not out for good, but until further notice.
It's a tough way to have your day potentially come to an end, especially being the points leader. A lot of pressure to perform week in and week out, but that's the reality of racing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is. And I think the same thing is going to happen to his teammate, Justin Knutson. I think they are waiting for a minute here. So, yeah. Brayton took an extra lap, led the lap, and then came into the pit lane. Knutson's going back out onto the racetrack. He will rejoin one lap down. Brayton Laster led himself a lap, got that bonus point, then came into the pits. Matthew Healy did the same. And that is Brayton right there.
Right there.
Right there. Somebody who did not pit. Well, two cars actually did not pit. The number 11 of Zachary Tinkle and the number 2 of Justin Aheimer. I don't think we're going to get Tinkle. We tried before, but we can try to talk to Justin Aheimer and see what's going on with that 2 car. Justin, this is Joe Donahue in the booth. You got a copy?
Try not to embarrass myself. That's why. 'Cause oh my god, I feel like an idiot wrecking myself on that first restart. I wasn't even trying that hard. It just snapped and hit the wall, and then, yeah.
Hey, man, it happens. It's not all good. Now, tell me about the strategy call to not pit here. What was the thinking there behind that?
Well, I have one set of tires left. I figured, well, if another caution comes out, yeah, I'll drop to the back and then I'll have fresh tires, so I can at least claw some of it back. I don't want to go for the win. I'm just out here riding, really. I don't really care where I end up at. I just want to get to the finish with a car that doesn't look like it's been crushed into a trash compactor.
Well, you're doing pretty solid with it, and hey, man, we're just all out here to have fun. Good luck the rest of the way, Justin.
All right, thank you. Shout out to Liquid Death, by the way.
Bang. Liquid Death. That's water. Right? That is water. Right? Yeah.
That
yeah.
is indeed water.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
Yep.
Matt, why is it that everybody in this series that we interview, they all kind of inflect the same? Right? You kind of get what I mean?
I think they're all just happy to be there.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. So Zachary Tinkle is going to lead us back. We will have 20 to go at the stripe. The number 11 car did not pit. Neither did the number 2. Justin Aheimer and Zachary Tinkle. Presley Sora, Isaac Johnson, Rudy Valentine, Gavin Newton. That's your top 6. Joseph Armstrong, Chris Williams, John Garrett, and Mo Perry make up the top 10 as the green flag comes back out. And let's get back to green flag racing. And the Fortnite Balls Asspee 120. That's right. Zachary Tinkle actually gets a really good jump off to lead the way for a moment here. He does have the 98 car breathing down his neck, and to the inside, looking is Presley Sora.
Presley Sora, he has been on fire today, puts himself right back up there.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Correct.
This is that's a freaking slew fest going on. A lot of moving cars in the mid-pack. Presley Sora leads now. Rudy Valentine, Joe Armstrong, Gavin Newton, Zach Tinkle's falling back fast as he blocks the middle line. He's going to have cars going around the inside and outside of him. Presley Sora leads. Want to check back here. Chris Williams and James Gibson fighting with Gavin Newton.
And getting right back through traffic here, slicing and dicing.
Oh, Gavin Newton hit the wall a little bit there.
That's fine. That's fine. He'll be okay.
Here they come into the corner again. To the lead, Presley Sora, Rudy Valentine, Joseph Armstrong into the mix. Check out the Interstate Batteries cars in here now.
Here comes Bobby Labonte on the high side.
Gibson's
Gibson
even higher.
Getting right back up there, too. He's going to get a good run here off the turn.
Yeah, that car is on rails. That car is...
Oh, wow. That car is... He said he was going to win tonight, and he is showing.
Confidence.
He is showing that he wants to.
Yeah, that confidence is getting him there. What a run for the 20.
Should have all that power.
No one man should have all that power. We're surrounded by the fucking Wolves. And the Wolves are James Gibson because he has this race under control. Even though he's not leading it right now, that car has been unstoppable so far in this race. Sora, one of the few who really can contend with him, Matt. Oop, contact back there with Ricky Burbank and Christopher Tate. It stays green, we stay clean. It's really coming down to Presley to put up a fight for the moment. Newton was strong. I think Armstrong's going to be able to hold on for a second here. And then once Valentine gets up, we might have the 78 car making things shake up a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, Gibson has this race.
Gibson's just doing everything right now. I mean, he's going to get a little bit of a challenge here off the turn. Tough to get by him in dirty air, but I think he's just buying his time. Hanging out there, saving the tires, and just waiting for the moment when it's right, and it could be right now.
It could be indeed. He goes to the bottom side of Presley.
Gonna work his way back up the track. Slide job!
Slide job. And Presley with the crossover down the backstretch, very easily going to move back into the lead. A little bit of a side draft from Gibson.
Really going to have to send it in the turn here. Going to set up for a crossover. Going to stay... Oh! He spins him!
Oh, boy, howdy.
Oh,
Oh, no. Have
The
you
two
ever?
best cars of the race collide. Sora goes around and Gibson keeps his foot in it.
That's crazy. And James Gibson's going to be the leader. Wow.
Well, we certainly have some drama developing here. The two best cars of the race, no doubt, make contact.
Yeah. Let's check a replay back on it. Now, Matthew, we were asking in the chat, do y'all like Yoo-Hoo? What's your take on that?
Like Yoo-Hoo?
Yeah, Yoo-Hoo. You know the Yoo-Hoo?
Yeah, I'm very aware. Yeah, Yoo-Hoo is amazing.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
not chocolate milk.
It's not.
It's chocolate drink. It's the whey. They separate the curds and the whey in milk, and that's what it is. It's
Whey
the
protein.
Yeah. So let's check this back here. Now we've gotten the replay back to a point in time where we can dissect this spin move here. Gibson and Presley just going to make some contact out of turn 4. And there it is.
I mean, Gibson I feel like he knew he was going to have a lot of speed there and just stayed right behind him, didn't try and even make a move in the turn, and just, unfortunately, takes the wheels off the ground of Presley Sora's car.
Yeah, tough break for Presley. He's running really well up to that point. He's going to have to come get some fresh rubber at the end of this race. Hey, maybe that early yellow that he didn't take the tires for, he saved himself an opportunity right here.
He did. He sure did.
He sure did.
Unfortunately, he's going to have to claw his way back through, but he still will have around 10 laps time to...
Yeah, and if we know of anybody who can do that, it is Presley Sora. So while we have the caution out, why don't we try a pace light? Let's try to have a conversation here with somebody completely unrelated to the yellow. I want to get some intake here from the leader of the Johnson Racing Industries group. We'll get him into real quick before the restart back to his crew. Mr. Tolerator, you got a copy?
Yeah, it's Isaac Johnson.
Yes, Isaac Johnson. We wanted to talk to you, your crew, your 3 cars. It's not been the greatest day for you guys. You've been involved in a couple incidents. Cole and yourself, you're trying to hold the flag up. Talk to me about how you got the 70 laps into this race so far.
Oh, we thought it was going to be all right. Me and Cole were sitting 1 and 2 in qualifying, but ended up starting 1 and 3. But it kind of all just fell apart right away when Himmel got tight going out of 2 and clipped Cole down into Justin down into me, and kind of took all 3 of our cars' faster pairs out right away. So then it kind of been on the defensive for a bit. Then me and Cole just said screw it because it was safer up front than it was out back. Tried to lead the thing for a bit, or just at least fight up front, and that seemed to work out fairly well until, fortunately, Cole kind of got clipped. I haven't seen it too much. I think it seemed like Travis and Cole just went for the same spot. But
Yeah.
I guess I'm the last one standing. Cole, I think, either heavily damaged or out, and Justin's fighting with a modified, so I guess I'm the last JRI car that's not completely destroyed.
Well, tell me what that's going to take to get that number 33 car up there. If you're on your lonesome here, and the way the race has gone so far with the tires and the drafting and everything, what's it going to take to get the car to the front?
Well, I do have a little bit of right rear damage that I clipped Presley with earlier on, so I think we're a tiny bit down on the straight line speed, so I'm going to be really needed to be playing the draft here. But speaking of Presley, he was kind of one of the guys I really did not have anything for, so now he's back behind me. I kind of need Rudy and James to have a same fate, unfortunately, but I feel like, given that, I feel like we can have a strong top 5 finish.
Well, certainly. We'll let you get back to it. You got the restart coming up here. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, sir.
And that is Isaac Johnson, in charge of Johnson Racing Industries. Smart guy. Seems to be proving himself every week as someone you can trust to put together a smart decision about what to do behind the wheel of these wonderful race cars. Matthew, what lap are we on?
We're on lap. Nice.
That's right. Beautiful. Got 11 laps to go. We'll have 10 to go at the stripe, I believe. Gibson, Armstrong, Valentine, Newton, Garrett, Johnson, Williams, Healy, Hummel, Tate is the top 10 as they come back to the green Going to be interesting to see what happens with Presley Sora. Going to be interesting to see what happens at the front. Are we going to go the rest of the way, or are we going to have another crash? We'll have to find out in just a second. Green flag's back out. Let's go racing.
James Gibson, fresh off of taking out his only competition so far, but we got that Interstate Batteries number 20 all over him here on the inside.
Right up to the tail. Armstrong. Oh, man. Oh, Moonhead's crashing back there. We got trouble. We got trouble. Lane in sliding.
Caution.
Caution. And that is two black cars running into each other.
That's tough.
Tough deal. And
Tough restart.
Yeah, and that started with Travis Brown. I think Freilich, Blazer, Shulcheski, I think they just tried to avoid things, but Travis Brown definitely was kind of the start of all that. So now inside of the 10 lap to go margin, we'll get the replay back up here, talk about what happened in this crash. Sort of starts with Travis. He's 3 wide here with Aheimer and Lanen, and we'll see if he runs into the back of Zachary Tinkle.
Goes up high to avoid Tinkle. Going towards the wall. Stays off there, gets loose. Yeah, had to overcorrect there. Was heading for the wall, and well, it all just went downhill from there, folks.
Ugh.
I know you can't tell, but that's a hard lick.
That's a hard lick right there. And then Lanen, he avoided hitting Travis, and he does not keep it straight, but he doesn't hit nothing. So stays on the ground. He's gonna run those tires burnt out. Gonna make charcoal out of them, but he is gonna be okay aeromatically speaking.
Speed and aerodynamics.
I am a precision instrument of speed and aromatics. There's your replay. And guess what? The yellow came out at a time where the 20 car was leading the race. So
wow.
Joseph Armstrong took over, which means he gets to control the restart too, Matt.
That's pivotal. So we know Gibson's strong. He has the confidence, so not being able up there at the front, that's a huge advantage for everyone else right now.
Yeah, I think that's going to help, especially Valentine, John Garrett want to make a run at Gibson. It might help that. Although at the same time, Gibson's been really good at running that top side, and now he's going to start from up there.
Yeah, I mean, all the things are fighting against you to beat him tonight, but this is your opportunity. You have to take it here. Anything you can get, you need to get right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You gotta just do it.
That's right. Just do it. Well, let's check if we come back. If we're going 1 degree in this time, we're not going to bring anybody up here. But if we're going to have 2 laps, we'll get someone in to the booth with us here. Let's check if the pace lights go out on the pace car. They do not. So we're going to try to talk to someone here to end out this race. Is he still in here? Let's try to get in. Let's try to get in Chris Williams. Chris Williams deserves himself a little bit of airtime since he is part of the presenting sponsorship of this race. Let's call in the 09 car. Oh, that's not. There he is. Hey, that is Chris Williams. My bad. Chris, we got you in the booth here. This race has been ups and downs. You've had a pretty quiet day, just kind of staying out of trouble. Your car looks good. Looks like you've been avoiding the calamity.
Yeah, that first run, well, after all the wrecks at the beginning, we ran all the way to halfway, found out how important tires were. I'm on my last set right now. I gave up 7 spots to put on 4 fresh tires, but we're going to just send it to the end, and I still got a fast repair, so I'm definitely sending it.
Absolutely. Now, tell me, you're right behind Presley Sora. That's a fast race car. He knows how to weave his way through traffic. Is the goal going to be to stay on the bumper of that one and kind of ride his wave to the front?
Oh, absolutely. All I see in front of me is a black and white bumper. It's going to take me to a black and white checker.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. And Chris Williams, are you more of a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi man?
If we're talking cola, Coca-Cola wins every day, but I mean, Mountain Dew is Pepsi's main child.
That is fair. They have more flavors of Mountain Dew than they have of Coca-Cola products, but good answer on the Coca-Cola. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, sir.
All right, then we'll send him back downstairs to the bathroom where he is sitting. And we'll get them lined up double file, Matthew. We got about 6. We're going to have 6 to go at the line, and things are going to happen, objectively speaking.
Yeah, I'm not here for all the Pepsi slander, man. I mean, come on, man. It's a respectable beverage.
It's not, though.
See, I have no stake in this conversation, so I'm allowed to
That's
say these
correct.
things.
Matthew does not drink soda, which is a very smart thing to do.
It's not even that I'm a health nut. I wish I could say it was because I was
Whoa.
a health nut and because I don't like soda, or that I just don't drink it because it's not good for me. No, I'm not one of those Nazis. I just do not like soda. I'm not a fan. So it's not refreshing to me. But
Have you ever tried grape soda?
Yeah, I mean, I've tried sodas, yes. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
That's fine. That's fair. All good.
Yeah.
It happens. All right,
You
green
don't
flag.
turn me into something. I don't. Okay, green flag.
Hey, man, it's all.
Let's go
Hey,
Pepsi.
gotta respect it. No, come on.
Let's go.
No, come on.
Oh,
No, don't listen to him.
they
All
sent
right,
me money when I was little. It's cool.
let's go racing, and here comes the field. 75 laps done. Everybody jumps to the bottom side to get back through 1 and 2 on the restart. Got to get back up to speed. Gibson in that draft. Valentine's right there, and John Garrett trying to stay in touch with the top 3. Whoa, Gibson sliding loose.
We have got some shuffling going on here. Gibson on the high side. Gonna see if he has something for Armstrong. We know he wants to win this race. He told everyone he's going to win this race. And these last 5 laps are going to determine if that's true.
I am stunned. Joseph Armstrong has gotten back into control of this race. Valentine's helping him out a little bit, trying to give a little bit of a race to the 75 car. We got a schlong dong King Kong going on back here with 8 cars.
Oh, Presley Sora to the inside.
Burbank's in the wall. Presley Sora, I think he just passed 4 cars in one turn.
Presley Sora is the man on a mission with 4 to go. He only has about 4 cars in front of him to get by to get up to the lead.
And into the corner again. John Garrett's getting a little bit of trouble in the middle line of the racetrack. Gavin Newton and Presley Sora side by side. These two went to high school together. Chris Williams into the wall.
Garrett B. Williams into the wall. Everyone's okay.
We're staying with Presley. Everything's fine behind him. Presley's on a charge in that 98 car. 3 to go at the stripe. He's gotten up to the side.
Another position here.
Here we go side by side with Valentine for 3rd place now is Presley Sora.
Sora charging into the podium places. And we know that man that's in front of him now, someone he's probably not super happy with at the moment, and he is closing on his rear bumper to rapid pace.
No! Look out!
Newton goes down to the inside.
They
Everyone
saved it.
Okay, wow. Incredible driving by everyone here. It's been hectic and chaotic, but we're keeping it straight.
Gavin's got a lot of damage, and there we go. Zachary Tinkle with contact, and into the wall, and we're wrecking big time. We are wrecking big time.
No, Justin Aheimer.
Oh, no. Oh, I heard somebody get real good clobbering going on there. Who was that? I think it was Matt Hummel who really got the pummel drive of that one. Wow. Ooh, Ricky Burbank's got a lot damaged there. Oh, tough break. We're going to have a green-white checkered again, Matt.
Oh,
Isaac Johnson had a lot of damage there, too.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, howdy.
Boy, howdy. And I think the first, we're going to give the award for the first person out of the race. What's the name of that award? Somebody's calling me. Bobby Blazer's FaceTiming me. Dude, come on. You can't. Come on, man. Race awards. So we're going to have to give Bobby Blazer the... What's the name of the award for being the first one to retire? The I'm Too Tired to Drive award. That's what it is. I got to get the replay back for this crash, too. Let me get this replay back. Let's look back at what happened. One more. All right. So this is a little farther back. So there's a 4 wide going on here. This is the back straightaway, so we'll give it a second. We'll come around to the front and see what happens. Bo Perry, Christopher Williams. Gavin was the one who really had the trouble on the backstretch. And then it's going to be Aheimer and Lanin starting this whole deal. Burbank behind them in the 19 car. Let's check out the contact. This should be where it starts. Aheimer gets loose. Okay. Oh, they both get loose.
Oh.
They both got loose at the same time.
And smack. Oh, whoa.
Whoa, look out. Burbank. Now Gavin's going to get into this.
In the back.
John Garrett.
Oh.
And then that's going to be Hummel. Bang. Hummel got a real big piece of Ricky Burbank.
Pop.
And then Shulcheski. Ooh, Shulcheski gets a piece there, too. Got a piece of Matt Hummel. A lot of cars involved in this one, Matt.
Yeah, this is not ideal, but the one thing that was brewing was that battle up front, and this is going to be an absolutely insane, bonkers, if you will, green-white checkered attempt.
It should be. It should be. And Joseph Armstrong is still leading, but this time around, Matt, Presley Sora is right behind him, and look who's in third. Christopher Tate has been very quiet today, and suddenly he's in the top 3.
Been an interesting shuffle for the lead. You've been seeing some solid cars that haven't been showing a lot all day move up to the front. I mean, we saw Armstrong. He was hanging in there, having a good race, but really charged to the front in the end, saved his car, and got himself up there when he needed to.
So that's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out now. We got a little bit of a different storm brewing up at the front of the grid, as we should get the one to go one of these times around.
Green, white, checkered.
Green, white, checkered's coming. And Joseph Armstrong will take us to the green on it. Let's see if we can bring someone in here to talk to. Who do we not talk to a ton? There's somebody relevant to the end of this race. James Gibson's a little far back. Brayton Laster is in the top 5. We may as well give him... Well, actually, the pace lights go out. I think we'll stick with it, let him focus on the race, because we got a little bit to go here. And want to give these guys an opportunity to put themselves together at the end of this one. Little blinking there from your leader. All right, Matt, where do you want to start? Outside line or inside line?
Outside all day, but Presley Sora was making that inside line work. You got to feel like his tires are a little bit worn out after that charge to the front that he had there. So I'm going to go with the outside still.
Word.
What would you think, Joe? What is your line of choice here?
It's actually interesting you said the outside, because I'm kind of thinking the inside. I'm kind of feeling that I'd want to be down low, because that seems to be where everybody kind of congregates getting back up to speed. When you're getting back up to speed off a restart, it takes about a half a lap to 3/4 of a lap to get back up to the full speed, and you can really capitalize on a shorter distance around that corner when you start on the inside line. So I'd probably want to be down low, but to each their own. I guess we'll have to wait and see which one of the two of us would have been right. Green flag's going to come back out. 2 laps, green, white, checkered. Let's get it on. I think somebody's hitting the wall. I think we're wrecking.
Oh,
we are.
got problems.
We are wrecking on the restart. John
Hey,
Garrett.
Another one.
Yep, and the yellow's coming back out. John Shulcheski, James Gibson involved. And we will have another attempt at this.
All right.
That was botched. Let's get a replay back on it. Let's see if Justin
There were a
Aheimer...
lot of cars spinning back there.
Yeah, let's see if it was Aheimer again here. Let's get this replay. All right, who starts this? It's going to be... Nope, it's Aheimer getting onto the edge of where the banking starts, I think. And then, I mean, everybody just clobbers into it. So...
Not the best way to get things back going.
Yeah, diagnosis, I mean, it's Aheimer just getting onto that paint, that white paint line there, the banking change, and losing control of the car. Oh, actually, look at this. Up further ahead on the track, Gibson and Shulcheski were pretty far past that point where this happened, and they got together again I'm going to check a replay back on that one more time. So Gibson, now this is cutting in sort of in the middle. He slid through the grass with that whole ordeal. Comes back out to the racetrack here. And I think he's going to probably just not have control. Oh
no.
Whoops.
Ruh-roh, Reggie.
Ruh-roh, Reggie. Well, there you go. James Gibson had a great start to this event, and it has fallen to shambles at the very end. But I don't know if he got new tires on the car. He's going to have a fresh car to get to the end of this race. Green, white, checkered attempt number 2 will be coming. Joseph Armstrong will have control again. Presley Sora and Rudy Valentine going to have another opportunity to take advantage. Does this help or hurt Presley and Rudy when it comes to figuring out what Joseph's going to do, Matt?
I feel like we didn't get to see enough of that restart to see how it really played out, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be tough to say. We got some really fresh tires there from Presley Sora, although he's probably driven the wheels off of them. It's going to be an interesting last restart. Well, hopefully a last restart. We'll see about that. We don't know. But Armstrong's hanging in there. He showed some speed, got the car where it needed to be, but Presley Sora is just a man on a mission. I'll be very impressed if Armstrong is able to hold him off here.
Yeah. But I don't know. We don't know Joseph Armstrong super well. It's his first time with the series. He might have some sleeper opportunities. He might have some idea of what he's doing. And, evidently he kind of stayed quiet at the beginning. He got himself in contention. He stayed at the front whole way through. Excuse me. I'm getting tired for how many yellow laps we're running here. He's got a way of keeping himself in the front right now. Got something going on that he's got his strategy right.
Yeah, something's working for him. Like we said, we could see some even more speed out of him coming to the end. Really is going to depend how it plays out. But Sora, was just making things happen, making something out of nothing there, fighting back up to the lead. So if he didn't wear out his car too much, I don't see that speed going away.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. We're watching the very end of the Fortnite Balls Asspee 120 at Kansas Speedway on behalf of GAVARCA at the BraytonLaster.com GAVARCA Racing Series for Gavin Newton and BraytonLaster.com and 47 Technology and Matt Faust on YouTube and Runnings Racing's Designs. Should be one to go this time to get back to the restart. Hopefully this time we don't botch it and we can maybe get the end of the race in. It's a pretty early night for us, Matt. It's only 10:30. We're getting to the ending stage of this event. Hopefully that...
I might be able to watch an episode of a TV show if I want to after this. This is great.
Might be able to get a full night's sleep tonight.
Well, let's not go too far.
That's fair. So the top 10 coming down the back chute for the final time before we bring the green back out. Joseph Armstrong leading the way in the 20 Interstate Batteries car. On his outside is Presley Sora in the 98 machine. Rudy Valentine to the inside of row 2 in the Slipstream Designs car, 78. Christopher Tate. Oh, boy. Look out. Okay.
Oh,
we're good. Christopher Tate in the 44 runs 4th place. Mo Perry is up into 5th again. He had a horrible start to the night and finally got a little bit of luck back on his way. Brayton Laster 6th in the 13 car. 7th is Chris Williams. 8th place, Zachary Tinkle to the restart. Gavin Newton will be Gavin Newton starting... Gavin's supposed to be on the outside line. This is not right. Something's wrong here. Yep.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, well. Doesn't matter. Let's go back to green.
Here we go. Armstrong with a huge lead, and Valentine is following with him.
Into the first corner. And here comes that 20 car. Here comes Presley. Presley getting the run.
A great run off the high side. Going to be able to carry that momentum down in the back straightaway into turn 3.
Looking.
Could he send in a slider here?
Looking.
Certainly going to use him up on corner exit. That 98.
Oop.
Oh. See some slicing and dicing going behind.
Valentine. Whoa. Sora tried to jump low and he got a little loose.
Jump up to the high side. Sora needed to stay up high, but maybe he can get a good run. Maybe get him cleared through here.
Oh, Christopher Tate Oh, Christopher Tate. Look out.
Oh, no. We got Gavin Newton in 4th place as well. Here we go. This is it right here. Oh.
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 Oh. Why are we?
Oh.
What's going on? Here we go to the
Oh.
finish.
Presley
Sora got
Sora!
him. And to the line. Will he get him back? No.
Presley Sora wins in Kansas.
That was terrible, but it worked. Beautiful.
Presley Sora made it work.
Something happened. We'll have to replay that back. Of course, we had a connection issue right when it didn't matter, right when it counted most, and lost all the cars for a second. Presley Sora goes back-to-back in GAVARCA here at Kansas. Let him come around to the front stretch. And how about Gavin Newton? 3rd place. Wow.
What a finish.
We'll make the call, Joseph Armstrong, to the Discord server. We can get you a interview with the top 3 if you put your butt in the Discord. And Presley's going to burn it down in Kansas.
Kansas.
I want to go back and replay what happened with the finish. So let's go back a little bit here. Okay, this is into turn 3. So he got up beside Armstrong into the turn, and he sent a slide job. And Gavin Newton is doing basically the same thing behind him to Rudy Valentine. They both come up the racetrack from the bottom. Armstrong getting sandwiched here. And then Presley goes to dive and defend. Joseph tried. He tried, but it didn't work. And that is the race to the line.
Great finish.
Yeah. Classic. And how about Gibson getting all the way back up to 4th place?
That's a good recovery.
Great recovery.
Great recovery.
Christopher Williams ends up 6th place as well. A lot of guys up there with some good finishes.
We
Wow.
had some absolutely whack-tastic racing in Kansas today.
Whacktastic. That's beautiful. Here is Presley. Let's get him. Oh, somebody's calling me out here. Let's get down. And let's have, as we can, your race winner, and he is a very good-looking fellow as well. Presley Sora, you've gone back-to-back. Congratulations, my man.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, that was pretty fun there. I drove from like 16th or 17th back up to the lead in like 10 or 13 laps, somewhere around there. So that was pretty fun. There's a few times I didn't think I was going to get up there, and those cautions, I didn't know if I liked them or not. They come out, and I was like, man, I wish it would have stayed green, especially the first one there. The first one that sent us into overtime. I think I would have passed them legit under green. But, man, they they wrecked back there for like 20th, and then we had to line them up on a few restarts. And that last restart, I did not get a good jump whatsoever. But I held Rudy back. I side drafted him, got right on his quarter panel, and I pulled him back around on exit. And I knew that Joseph was probably a sitting duck because I had fresher tires. And he held even on my outside better than I thought. And we raced side by side there for the last lap. And I was driving it so far deep into the corners. I don't know how it stuck. And I thought there was going to be a couple times where he hit, especially 1 and 2 there on the last lap. But, yeah, drove it in super deep in the third corner there on the final lap and got right up in front of him and lifted just a little bit to play those games to make sure that he didn't get a run on me, and held him off to the finish, which was .02, so pretty close.
Very close at the end. It made it very exciting, Presley. I want to talk about that very first time we talked to you tonight. You were talking about saving those tires for the end. Think it might have paid off for you?
Yeah, that's I didn't even think about that. That's exactly what it was. If I wouldn't have had that extra set there at the end, I would not have won this race. So, I mean, these races are won by early calls. So that literally lap 5 call to stay out and not take a set of tires when most of the field did, that ended up winning me the race. And I know that James pitted there on one of the first cautions at the end, and he took his last set, but by then it was too late. So I think I played the tire game perfectly, and that's really what you got to do to win these things. That
definitely seems to be what kind of fell in place. Tires were important, very important, especially at the end of that race. And yeah, right about Gibson, but yeah, Presley Sora, pretty good at doing things, so he pulled it together. Who do you got to thank and shout out here on the broadcast for your run tonight and going back-to-back in wins?
Yeah, shout out to Gavin for running the league, and obviously you for broadcasting, and shout out to all those guys I was racing up there at the front at the end. They kept it clean, which, massive respect to them for that. And shout out to Mo Perry, because tonight was my first ever Twitch stream. I'm live right now, and he helped me set up pretty much everything on my Twitch. So I'm going to do this more consistently. Tonight was kind of just a test run, but worked out pretty well. I can't really ask for any better first run on Twitch.
That's what we like to hear, Presley. And yeah, I'd never play hide and seek with you because someone like you is impossible to find. Congratulations on the win tonight, brother.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll send him back up there, talk to his Twitch stream gamers. We're on Twitch. Wait a minute. He's stealing our viewers. I can't believe it. Well, we don't have Joseph Armstrong here in the Discord. At least I don't see him. Matthew, do you see anybody named Joseph who's not me in this Discord right now?
I do not.
I do not either. But we do have the third place driver at the end of the deal, so let's get him in here. He's the dad of this series, and he put together a hella run into turn number 3. Mr. Newton, you are on the podium.
I know. I'm not used to being this high up.
Tell me about the run into the end of that race. I mean, you put yourself in prime position at the end to be able to contend, and then that big send into turn number 3.
Yeah, it was really tough because I had my fast repair the entire race and had an extra set of tires. So when I got caught up in that last incident, which is a lot of bad circumstances happened there, and I had to use it and was on fresh tires, and it put me behind the 8 ball, which was unfortunate. But I knew that I had a good piece under me, and I knew where I could pick up time, and I one more lap or one more restart, and we would have been there. We would have had him. I was hoping they were going to make a little bit of contact, because if they would have had a little bit to pull them back, I think I would have had him.
Definitely, you would have been able to put together a run if maybe something happened between Armstrong and Sora. But talk to me, though, about the whole way through this race. You pretty much stayed clean pretty much throughout the event. And just talk to me about the long-term, the strategy for yourself, staying out of trouble, trying to conserve the car to get to the end of the race.
Yeah, that was a lot of the toughest part, is that first run. I really destroyed the tires. I didn't really know how to save them very well here, so I just killed them that long run we got, which awesome. I'm so glad we got that long of a run, because that was a ton of fun to watch it kind of play out in front of me, and I was trying to study where everybody else was running and kind of what made the most sense to do. So going into that second half of the race, I tried to kind of be patient with everybody and make moves when they kind of came to me. And I was rolling with a 0x until I got caught up on that front stretch wreck in the that caused the first overtime, or in the first overtime or something. But yeah, overall it was a lot of fun to kind of work some strategy.
It definitely worked out for you, and it was indeed a good time to watch that all transpire. Talk to me about who's helping you get that car together and put you out there for what's been one of your best finishes we've seen in a minute.
Yeah, the whole crew at Runnings Racing Designs LLC, also known as myself, really, I don't really care as much about the on-track stuff. It's really the people behind the scenes kind of putting on the series and helping me with it, like Scott and Mo, and just everybody for showing up tonight. It was a ton of fun. I know Travis came here and he raced with us, and he was streaming the race, and John and Presley and just a bunch of people were just streaming the race tonight. So it made it a lot of fun, and hopefully makes the series a lot more fun. Like it's already a bunch of fun now, and I enjoy running it for people and just having a good time. So to get a lot of people to just come in here and hang out, and we're all laughing and buddies after the race, that's all you can ask for.
Absolutely, my friend. Well, you know what they say. You're like a yellow light for my heart, because when I see you, it speeds up. Congratulations on a third-place run tonight.
Thank you.
And that is Gavin Newton at the end of the show. Wow. Wow. My man, Matthew Faust. What an end to the Fortnite Balls Asspee.
What a crazy, crazy race. It was a crazy time. Obviously, shout out to you, Joe.
Why?
You're a great person to broadcast the race beside, and you make the night fun for everyone. Bruno's Mars quote for you or lyric, so I apologize.
Oh, that's okay.
You
Well,
do,
hey,
Joe.
I appreciate it. Well, it's always happy to have Matt Faust alongside as well. Matt makes it very easy for me to enjoy my time anywhere I go, really. Matt makes the world a better place.
You, sir.
So.
Thank you.
Yes. Why don't we go through this final results grid here, Matthew? Let me know if you can read this. I know Matt's streamed through kind of sometimes has a little bit of issues, but if you can read that, you can go ahead and read it off for us, Matthew.
Okay, in first place, obviously, we had the 98 of Presley Soren. And in second, we had a strong run out of the newcomer, Joseph Armstrong. We just talked to the man, the dad, the man of this series, Gavin Newton in third place. Good to see him back up there. James Gibson was in fourth. We saw him run up in the lead. Looked like it was his race to win, other than Presley Soren as well. He ends up in fourth. Fifth place, we had Rudy Valentine. He was up there, had a good run. Unfortunately, things did not play out for him in the end. Sixth place, we saw Christopher B. Williams, able to work his way back up there, as he mentioned, with fresher tires at the end of that race. Seventh, we had the man, Mo Perry. Eighth place, Zachary Tinkle. Ninth, Brayton Laster. And 10th was Travis Brown.
A.K.A. Moonhead. Rounding into the 11th position, Tyler Lanen in the 5 car. Ups and downs tonight for him. Cole Freilich rebounds to 12th place after being involved in a couple accidents. John Garrett, involved in a couple significant accidents, ends up P13. Matthew Healy, pretty much out of the picture of the whole race, goes 14th. Justin Knutson, not a night he wants to remember, from 15th place. Christopher Tate was in the mix until he wasn't anymore, goes 16th at the end. Matt Hummel brings home 17th spot. Isaac Johnson, 1 lap down in 18th, 19th for Justin Aheimer, tough for him, 6 laps behind. Ricky Burbank Jr. finishes 20th. 21st to Casey Bentz, out of the race. John Scholcheski, same deal, 14 laps down. Bobby Blazer is the final person on the rundown, and he is the award recipient of the I'm Too Tired to Drive award tonight. So, Scott Roush scored, even though he's not actually racing, he was race control. Yeah. All right. So that was Kansas, 80 laps. Next week is a double header. That's going to be interesting to see how that goes. We're definitely not going to get done quite as early in the evening, but it should be a good time. We'll pull up. We're going to go to Charlotte and the Nashville Fairgrounds, splitting up next week's evening. And that's all she wrote from tonight's show. Any final thoughts from you, Matthew, on Kansas?
Great racing. We are already in the plane, and we are not in Kansas anymore.
Beautiful. We weren't in Kansas from the start anyway. This is iRacing. But the Virtual Kansas Speedway was a great host of our show tonight. We ended up running 89 laps because of the green-white checkered attempts, but it was the Balls Asspee Fortnite 120, and it went a little longer. But it was a good time. Presley Soria goes back-to-back in GAVARCA. Will he be able to go 3 in a row next time? There's only one way to find out. So subscribe to the GAVARCA Gavin Carr Series Twitch channel so you know when we're ready to go next time. This time next week. And by this time, I mean about 8:30 Eastern Time, not 11. Don't show up at 11, you will be late. Thank you all for watching. On behalf of Gavin Newton and the entire crew at GAVARCA with Scott Roush running race control, Matthew Faust beside me in the booth, BraytonLaster.com on the hood. This is Joe Donahue reminding you to stay safe, stay out of trouble, drink some chocolate milk, and we'll see you guys next time.